important reminder. All information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.
Oh, this is so much fun, isn't it? Look at this. Upon. So what's going on here? DNA. What do we know about DNA? DNA, they showed us from the research from Stanford University. Blessings. To the mothers. We love the mothers. So much respect for the mothers. Bless the mothers. Yeah. So, the DNA, right? What it showed you, that's Da Vinci's, what's called the Vitruvian Man. The Horowitz is telling us that the woman is behind the man and she can reach out to the circle, but he can't. The masculine without the feminine is just stuck in the box. So, together, we're awesome. So DNA, what they showed us in research in the 80s, in the 80s, was what they were doing, they were basically cutting up cells and having a look at what was inside them, having a look at the DNA and the genetics inside their code, which are like coding sequences, like combination locks inside. And what they found was there's all this energy in there. Inside the cell, inside the DNA, there's all this energy. Right? And like Alexis Carrel, in the 30s or whenever it was, and got the Nobel Prize for proving that the cell is essentially immortal. So this, incredible energy is in the cell. Is in the cell. Yeah. Anyone wants to take a book? Just leave a donation on there. Just do a quick sign for you there. What's your name? Suzanne. Okay, so all this energy is in the cell, but it's not coming through into the cellular structure. They can see it, but it's not coming through. So what did they do? They classify officially 98% of your genetic material as junk DNA. Anyone ever heard of that? Junk DNA? Yeah. So 98% of your genetic material is just trash. Because we don't know what it is, It doesn't do anything in the normal waking state. So the state of being that you're in, if you're being normal, like normal consciousness, normal awareness, normal attitude, normal breathing patterns, normal eating, you're 2% alive. What's your name then?
Suzanne.
You don't have my memory.
S-U-Z-A-N-N-A-H.
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Oh, what's that? You are so blessed and cherished. You are so loved. I'm a beautiful, beautiful evening. Okay, so how do you get it out? If you're not in the normal waking state, keeps 98% of you in a genetic prison. Because all genes are is combination locks. That's all they are. Coding sequences. There might be chemicals, but they're still combination locks and coding sequences. That on one side of it is, they say 98% of what they can quantify, they can't quantify. They only start with 0.0000001%. Like that's what they're seeing 98% of. So how much is there? How do you quantify infinite potential? I don't know. But what it means is there's a lot of shit behind this wall. How do I dissolve that wall? What did they show in the test? vibrational frequencies change the coding sequences so more of this stuff comes through into the cellular structure. Vibrational frequencies. What are vibrational frequencies? Feeling states. Electrochemical thoughts. Every thought is an electrochemical event. All your feelings are electromagnetic events. When we was talking yesterday, when Rob was talking about yesterday about demonstrating so brilliantly the holographic, how it comes down from the gigantic, the macrocosm is in the microcosm, with the heartbeats and the breath, and how the heart is related to the sun. High frequency, short wavelength feeling states. Open this stuff up and the juice comes flowing through. High frequency, short wavelength feeling states like compassion, like love, like bliss, like deep joy. High frequency, short wavelength feeling states hit your cell when they're going through it. Hit this strand. This is like, it's so tiny, this stuff. If you pull it out, every bit of DNA in your body out, you get you can fit it all into the size of a thimble. Check this out for a bit of magic. So there's your thimble cup of DNA I've just pulled all out here. But if I start unraveling it, pulling it out, how long is it? How long does it go?
Millions of miles.
Yeah, it goes to the sun and back. More than 1,000 times. 100 billion miles of DNA.
Otherwise you're disconnected and die.
The biological internet, the Russian scientists are calling it. Like this whole thing about science is over there in the box and spiritualists and all the rest of it are over here in the circle. No, that's all gone. Science is, those guys that were the leading edge spiritualists and alchemists and witches and all the rest of it, they're the scientists now. And they're coming up with the molecules of emotion and the compassion, lets it all out. And there's 100 billion miles of it, and it's a biological internet. You reckon your brain's something? You're a living holographic computer.
I just want to ask a question about the feeling states. You mentioned bliss, joy, compassion. But what about other feelings? Sadness, anger?
Emotion makes the stuff move.
Okay.
So, I come from England. So this like, in England, they do a job on you. Like anything that comes through the government, any government in the Western world, they've done a job on you. And it's very precisely planned how to do that. It's very intelligent. It's a wonder.
One of the things they do in England is they encourage everybody to talk like this. Keep beating you in, and don't show any emotion, and keep everything in here,
They say that, yeah, that's true. Yes, I do not like that vibrational experience at all. That's why I don't spend much time in England. But that's what they do. And so everything is just twisted up and stuffed in, and there's no emotion. Yeah. So you go to the Latin countries, like I speak French, I speak Spanish, and you go to the Latin countries and everything's like, like a normal couple. When you would sell like normal Latin couples, sometimes it's like, whoa, oh my God, this is like full on. Normal. Passion, it's like, like being real, let it out, come on. There's nothing wrong with expressing your feelings right now, but just don't stay stuck in it. Ho'oponopono is where you want to be. So, if you've got to break something, if you've got to smash a plate, if you've got to chop something, if you've got to kick something, if you've got to scream, if you've got to do that, get it out of you and then move into, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you.
I think it's when we don't acknowledge and don't accept our rage and our anger and our sadness, these natural states that are going to guide us, and when our boundaries are being pushed, or we think that they are. So when we don't acknowledge that, that's when it comes out as this dangerous violence. Or I got to smash someone or something.
Or there's going to be a war in Iraq, or somebody's going to beat that wife up in New York. You know, suppressing shit comes out all over the matrix.
It's accepting those things. Like,
Yeah.
why am I feeling the sadness? It's here for a reason.
Exactly.
We get the wisdom of our emotions when we embrace them. Why am I
Exactly.
feeling angry? What's going on?
Yeah.
I feel so angry about it.
The
Instead of
liver
hiding it away and
sadness.
going, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to see it.
That's right.
Embracing it.
That's right. Feelings. They're all good. We want to be alive. But we move. We understand compassion. You know, that's the place to be. Ho'oponopono, that's the place to be. It's equanimity, it's the perfect balance of everything. Passion, compassion. Why is passion, you know, like the most of that word? Passion's got red energy in it. A lot of this anger is red energy. It's fire that just hasn't been, you know, allowed to flow and express.